Brennan from Burleigh Brewing, here to talk about dark smoke lager. So we've done this beer now, I think three or four times. It started off as a keg-only tap house release, brewed on our pilot plant, which is right there. And then we would just release 5 or 6 kegs over our bar. And then we did it again, then we did it again, and then we did a larger release. And so now it's in cans, because we've got a lot of excellent feedback about that style. Earlier this year, everyone's saying 2020 is a bad year. I mean, yes, it is a bad year, but it's also good for us because we got 2 golds. We entered this into the World Beer Championships, which is, I think, one of the pinnacle beer competitions in the world. And we also put it into the Brisbane Royal Show, and in both those competitions we got gold. So I think the judges agreed that it was very authentic, traditional or non-traditional style, depending on how you look at it, smoke lager. There's one brewery that's been brewing beer this old traditional way that a lot of beers used to be brewed like this, but it's with smoked malts, and since the 1300s, a brewery in Bamberg was doing a beer, the brewery's called Schlankerla, and I was there last year, and we were drinking the beer, and their Märzen style dark lager is actually black. And I went, oh, this is fantastic. I don't know if anyone else is doing a Märzen that's black and calling it a Märzen. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna bring this back. We got the malts out of Bamberg, we got the hops out of the Hallertau region in southern Germany, we got the yeast from a German monastery in that region, and brewed it here on the Gold Coast, so everyone could taste a very non-traditional or traditional dark smoke lager, depending on how you look at it. Like I said, it is dark. It's not red or light. And the ingredients we use are smoked malts, dark malts, the traditional hops, and of course yeast. So traditionally, the way they dried the malted barley was with open fires, and so the smoke got into the barley. And then in the 1800s, they started doing indirect heat, and so the beer stopped picking up that smoke character. But this is where Bamberg kind of differentiates themselves and still does the smoked malted barley beers. And there's the Weyermann maltster in Bamberg, which is still making smoked malts where we got our malts from, so we could do this very traditional or non-traditional style of beer, depending on how you look at it. And here I'll pour you a sample. You can see just how dark this baby is. Very nice. I think the smoked and dark malts together just make it such a luxurious style beer. There we go. And you can smell, oh, it's amazing. You can smell the smoky aromas coming off of that beer. A lot of our limited releases are now coming in can, so it seems to be a very transportable, I don't know if you want to call it trendy or not trendy, but a lot of breweries are doing it. So if you look at the guidelines of the World Beer Championships or the World Beer Cup, if you look at beers that are 5% and smoke and dark, they're not as dark as this. And that's why I'm saying traditional, non-traditional, because we've made a very, very, very dark version of a Märzen at 5%. Märzen always being red, right? Okay, well this is black. And so that's why I'm saying traditional, non-traditional, because it is a black Märzen, which makes it non-traditional, but the alcohol is 5% or 6%. In the lower range, it's not up in the 7 or 8% like what you'd be expecting from a smoked Bock beer.
Excellent.